This or that. Would you rather Wednesday?
Wednesdays. Would you rather be a movie critic or a food critic?
Oh, wow.
At first I was like, this one's really easy, but then I thought, no.
It's not.
It's not, because two of the best things in life, food and entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think if whatever one you choose, it's ruined forever.
Yes.
So if you like food, you won't anymore. And if you like movies, you probably won't anymore.
Yeah, that's very true.
What's your first thought? If I said right now you had to pick, like, what's the instinct answer?
Would you rather do one of the other?
Yeah,
I'd rather,
so as a job,
I would say a food critic.
that would be your first choice.
Because I think the fact of a critic is pretty crazy, because the fact of someone gets paid to have opinions.
Yeah.
And I think
That means
anybody,
you're going to get free food if you're a food
it's
critic.
like anybody could do that. Like, I have opinions. Why am I not automatically a film and food critic at the same time?
Well, because it's an educated opinion.
True. But I think with films, in the sense, they're almost uneducated opinions, because it's film critics a lot of the times are people talking about movies that have never worked on a movie.
Yeah, but I think they're coming at it from a point of
The
just like a
viewer.
story standpoint. Like they know how stories are structured and how they should work. And blah blah blah.
Yeah. I just don't like the idea of there's people out there that are like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go to this critic. They say not to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't like that idea. I like the idea of figuring out yourself. With a movie, I don't like the idea of someone destroying something that works so hard to be made, even if it is bad. It's like, it still takes so much work. And I just don't like the idea of also someone getting paid to do something, when it's like, I do that with my friends on the weekends.
That's
It's
true.
like,
People give out reviews on Google for free.
For free, yeah. And it's like, true, yeah, like you said, they're sometimes uneducated, but it's like, in the realm of chefs or filmmakers, the critics are the person that's like, hey, you can't do what I do. You're now going to criticize me for doing it. And it's like, that's what's frustrating. Unless they're like critics of like, hey, I do this. Like I'm a filmmaker,
a former chef, or
former chef,
filmmaker.
Yeah, and I do it now, or like, I think Siskel and Ebert's awesome, but I'll watch Siskel and Ebert and it's just so annoying, because it's like, sometimes it's so annoying because it's like, it's very opinionated based, because they're going to be like, I hate this movie. And it's like, I like that movie. I really like that. But if I would have listened to you, I would have never saw it. And it could be one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, but right now you're debating it from the outside. Like,
True,
which
yeah.
one's worse. But
True,
which one would
true.
you enjoy more? You
I
can be a
think-
food critic and be terrible at it, but you still get to have a job.
Yeah, I would say food critic, because I can see the silver lining of the sense of a food critic is telling you, this food does not taste good. This food doesn't taste good. Or there is a better place to go to for this food. Or if you want something different than your usual, like if you like pizza, you always go to this place, well, maybe try this place for a variety. It's still good. It's just different. And they can inform someone, because there's so many food options. Like a movie, I could watch a movie, it takes 2 hours. And there's a lot of movies out there, yes, but I'm going to more of like helping guide people, where in the sense of like food, it's like, oh, what do I eat? It's like, you could do this.
You could do that with movies. You could be a less pretentious critic, where
True,
you're like,
yeah.
all right, here's what I think of this Hollywood movie. Not as good as they say.
Yeah.
Check out this B movie I found.
True, yeah, okay. And I like that. Like, and I say Siskel and Ebert, like, I've read Roger Ebert's stuff, and I like the way he talks. And I do like, whenever he's talking good about a movie, I like what he has to say. I just feel bad, though, sometimes of like, you're talking horrible about a mom and pop food store, and it's like, hey, it's good. It's just like, why would you talk bad about it? If it's good.
Yeah, I think you can't win either way, because you're criticizing.
You're gonna criticize them, because
somebody.
like, most likely, because do food critics also criticize like the grossness of the place, or like how bad?
I bet it depends on the critic. I would think if you're a food critic, you should focus on the food, but I don't know.
Yeah, I myself, as the food critic, would focus on the food in my experience of eating cheeseburgers and
The
pizza.
atmosphere,
The atmosphere, the homage to the Parisian.
ambiance.
Yes, the ambiance, the Renaissance like experience of my Taco Bell dinner.
See, it sounds like you want to be the pretentious style
Yeah, I
food
know,
critic.
yeah.
It's more
like-
fun that way.
Yeah, I want to wear like a pointy beret and have glasses and wear a suit every time I go to it.
Do you think being a food critic would ruin the food though? Ruin just eating, because you could never just same as movies, where like once you learn about movies, it's hard to watch them as you did when you were a kid.
Yeah, maybe because like I would be more focused on the taste and like
Yeah.
the ingredients.
Because right now when I eat, I'm just like, it tastes good or it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
I don't start to like pull out flavors. Like,
Yeah,
what did
yeah.
they do there?
It's like, why is this so bad?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what I do with movies now. I look at them and
I do.
I'm like, I see what they did there. I start breaking down scenes.
I do analyze movies really bad now, and especially if it's a movie I don't want to go see. Like if I'm just not interested in going to see it, but I'm with a group of people that want to, and I'm outnumbered and I have to go, I'm like definitely watching it. And I'm like, no, or it's like that. Just the writing doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
or-
speak to me.
It does, yeah. It's not my movie. It could be your movie. But I do catch myself. I'm like, I need to stop this. Like, I need to enjoy it, and like, I get more like into that sense of like, I just can't do it, or that takes me the suspension of disbelief away from me, or something. Like that.
They did it wrong here.
Yeah, continuity's off. I get into those modes where it's like I need to shut. I'm glad I'm not saying it out loud right now. I get a good sock in the jaw, and so I just kind of like calm and just watch.
So do you want to do that with food though? That would be your job. Then you do it with food and movies.
True. Yeah. I think food more because like I like movies a lot, and I want to be able to do it on my terms. I don't want to, because like I liked music, and for a while I like wasn't a professional musician, but I worked where I played music on the regular, and I did not like that. I did not like having to be forced to play music constantly, where like every weekend and every week I'd have to learn these songs to prepare.
Takes the enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, and it's like I did not like that, and I realized I was like, but I also realized I didn't like music in that way to where I'd have to be in that position. And so with movies maybe, but I'd have to watch all these movies I don't want to watch, I don't like.
True.
And so with food, I like food. I'm okay with eating a good dinner, lunch, and breakfast.
It might not be good.
It might not be good, but if it's not, I can always just leave, and it was free, and I can always go to like my favorite spot.
True.
If I'm watching a movie and I'm like, I hated this movie, sometimes I'm like, I just can't watch a movie right now. I got to go do something else. I can't just go, all right, I'm going to pop in,
You can watch 10 minutes of it and be like, it's bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I feel like I'd be a bad critic though if I did that. It's like, all right, 10 minutes sucked. Out.
Well, you're not a bad critic if you don't finish the meal.
That is true though. Yeah, but I feel like movies and meals are a little different, where it's like, if you taste the meal, you know what it all tastes like. If you taste every part of it.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie, it could get better or it could get worse.
All right. Okay. So final answer. If gun to your head right now, you're going to choose a job, not just a job, a career. Movie critic or food critic. What is your final answer?
Food critic.
Okay. All right.
That's me.
I'm going to go with movie critic.
Okay.
Because movies are already ruined for me and I don't want to ruin food.
Smart.